Personal injury protection, or PIP, is still alive in Florida since the Florida legislature did not repeal it. Catherine Stone from Barbas Law joins me to explain what that means for drivers. Catherine, first, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I am well. Again, this was one of those hot topics. Most people thought that this was going to be changed.
I thought that it was going to be changed. I think I've been on here several times in the past, kind of keeping voters up to date and the population in Florida up to date on these bills are moving through the House. These bills are moving through the Senate. I mean, I think the majority of the people in the area who do personal injury and who deal with this and who are in the insurance industry, I think a lot of people thought that it was going to pass. And I'm still not quite sure what ended up happening or why it didn't pass. I've read various articles. Everybody has an opinion about why it didn't go through. But nonetheless, we still have PIP in Florida. We're one of the few states that still has PIP. So what does that mean for drivers?
Yep.
Nothing has changed. So you are still going to be required to have PIP insurance in the state of Florida if you own and operate a vehicle. What that again is PIP is personal injury protection. So whether or not, and it's also referred to a lot of times, people were referred to as no fault insurance. So it doesn't matter if you caused the accident or if someone caused the accident that resulted in you having injuries. The first $10,000 in medical coverage will be covered under PIP. And it doesn't matter if you have health insurance, doesn't matter if you have Medicare, Medicaid. The first set of bills up to that $10,000, your auto insurance company will pay those. Again, doesn't matter whose fault it was. So if you cause an accident, you still have that $10,000. If someone causes an accident to you, you have that $10,000. And they pay that, they pay that at 80% of the bills that they receive, up to that $10,000 mark.
So that's again where we get the Florida's the no fault state. And a lot of times there's a negative connotation around it because it's an additional thing that you have to carry in your policy.
Correct. So one of the big arguments throughout the legislative session was the cost of insurance in the state of Florida. I think there's something crazy like we're the third or fourth highest state with regards to auto insurance. And that was one of the big push with regards to trying to get it repealed. But then there was also the flip side that if we took it away, it was still going to increase premiums. So I don't do insurance, so I don't know about that. And then there's also a lot of contention that there is a lot of fraud with regards to people creating accidents to basically then be able to utilize this type of protection, and that's a whole nother story.
Wow.
There's a whole division that basically investigates PIP lawsuits and things like that. So it's a hot topic within the state of Florida, but the bottom line is it's still here and we still have to deal with it. And, you know, if you're involved in an accident and have injuries, you should know that it's out there. And the biggest question that I get every single day, in fact, a lady that came in and saw me yesterday, first question out of the bat was, well, is this going to raise my rates? Well, that's the whole purpose of it being, if it's required, which it is, and you have to pay for it, and it's no fault, they should not be able to raise your rates for utilizing that part of your policy.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're watching and you're bummed out that this did not pass this time around, the silver lining could be that technically your rate shouldn't increase because, of course, everybody has the PIP. Well, again, I'm glad you came in. I'm glad we touched on this, and it continues to be a hot button issue, and I know you'll keep us updated. And if you want more information about Know Your Rights, just give them a call, 1-800-BARBAS-LAW, or go to barbaslaw.com/knowyourrights.